The end of the transfer window is fast approaching with only 2 weeks remaining, and it looks like Saudi Arabia are not done with their involvement in Scottish football. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football here for your daily transfer roundup. We know how important Lawrence Shankland is for Hearts. You feel like he can be the difference maker, whether or not Hearts have a good European run, whether or not Hearts finish third in the league, and whether, maybe or not, if Hearts can win a domestic cup. But will he be there? That is the big question, because once again, he is being linked to several Saudi Arabian clubs. He's been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia. Now, Lawrence Shankland has dismissed speculation, saying that he is focused on Hearts. He wants to stay at Hearts. However, during an appearance on Super Scoreboard, he did say that if a concrete offer was made and he was getting a deal similar to Neymar, then he would accept it. Now, how much Neymar's getting, I'm not too sure, but Lawrence Shankland basically saying, tongue-in-cheek, that if he is offered hundreds of thousands of pounds a week to move to Saudi Arabia, then he will accept it. And you know what? As a Hearts fan, as much as I hate to lose him, if he was getting offered that, I could have no complaints. If the guy decided that he wanted to go to Saudi Arabia and make a shitload of easy fucking money, then you can't say no.
No, you can't say no. And to be honest, he was joking, but I think if Saudi come in, Hearts accept, and they offer him, like, you know, triple, he'll be away. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Well, I don't know about triple. It's a shite A, it's a shite league. B, it would affect your career, I think, going forward. Affect your chances of potentially getting a bigger move because you're playing in Saudi Arabia. And I think you can kiss your international career goodbye.
True, but maybe what's he on a week?
I think Shankland has got a serious chance of becoming Scotland's number one.
Well, he needs to sort himself out.
If he stays at Hearts.
Yeah, if he goes to Saudi Arabia.
If he goes to Saudi Arabia, I just don't see him ever getting in front of Dykes or Shea Adams.
That's the whole thing knackered then.
But with Hearts, if he's performing well at Hearts domestically, who knows, European run, Steve Clarke might take notice. Is Steve Clarke going to travel to Saudi Arabia to watch Lawrence Shankland play?
Probably not. He'll probably put on his wee dodgy skybox.
Everybody's got a dodgy skybox these days, so Lawrence Shankland wants to stay. Someone that might not want to stay, though, is Rangers playmaker Yanis Haji. He has told Michael Beale that he is unhappy being a bit part player, but it looks like Michael Beale doesn't really see Yanis Haji as much more than that. So we're coming to a crossroads here where Haji wants to play more. He wants regular football. He essentially wants to be a first-team player. Michael Beale doesn't see Yanis Haji as that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Haji leave this transfer window.
No. I would be shocked if he stayed, actually. Very shocked if he stayed. I think he'll be away. I mean, if you can't even start against Morton and then you're dropped at the European team, what's left for him? Nothing.
I mean, and they do have they've just got the players coming in, still getting warmed up. You've got Tom Lawrence due back soon. And that's with Alex Lowry away on loan. If he isn't really getting first team football now, it's not looking good for him, is it?
It's all over, right?
You'd have to assume that Tom Lawrence is ahead of him in the pecking order.
Yeah.
For Alex Lowry, the way he's playing at Hearts, wouldn't be surprised if he gets called back in January.
I'd take that.
So yeah, no, I do think Yanis Haji will move for Rangers, whether it be this window or in January, but I think the guy is a good player. I just don't think Michael Beale really rates him. And Michael Beale is the manager at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And
who knows, maybe future...
he's the one that signed him up to a big deal, like.
Maybe future Rangers manager Derek McKinzel will like him, though.
Well, you never know. That's what Brendan Rodgers says with Brenda, so...
Aberdeen striker Bojan Miovski has eased fears he could depart Pittodrie this summer by confirming he wants to stay in the north and test himself on the European stage. Of course, Aberdeen are guaranteed group stage football, whether it be Europa Conference League or Europa League itself. We don't know yet, but they should be able to beat BK Hack, and it'd be disappointing, I think, from an Aberdeen perspective if they can't get past this team. This is a team that they beat 5-1 on aggregate a few years ago, so, or maybe even 5-1 on the night. Either way, this is
5-0 on the night.
This is a team that they have beaten comfortably before, so I can't imagine much has changed. Now, you could argue Aberdeen have probably got a little bit worse since that victory, because I believe Derek McInnes would have been in charge at that time.
Yep, he was.
So yeah, I would agree that maybe Aberdeen's got a little bit weaker, but I can't imagine BK Hacken's got much better. I still think Aberdeen should be favourites for this tie, even though current performances in European football would suggest that BK Hacken are favourites. I've seen this guide suggesting that Hacken over the past 5 years have performed better in Europe than Aberdeen have. But I still think Aberdeen should be in Europa League football. I think it makes sense that Bojan Miovski would want to stay there. I think the guy's got a better chance. I think you can definitely there's good players that play for Aberdeen. You've got Miovski and Duke, right, and they have performed well. But I think you can move too early. Sometimes there's no rush, especially if you're a young player. If you have a good season, maybe the best thing to do is stay one more. I think you get some players that just move on too quickly. They have one good year, then they bail out, and sometimes it's not for the best.
No, I totally agree with that, and I think that's what needs to happen with Aberdeen. Why not stick around, man? You're getting guaranteed European football.
For Duke and Miovski, if they can perform in the Europa League or Europa Conference League, that's going to attract more interest to bigger clubs.
Of course it is.
So, for me, it's a bit of a no-brainer. I am a little bit surprised that, I think Ross McCrory, the way he left, Ramadani, I know they were getting pretty big moves, but I'm surprised Aberdeen in Europe this season, that didn't tempt those guys to stay.
But, they're going to Serie A. I understand the Europe thing, but Serie A.
Right, well, McCrory's not going to Serie A.
I actually don't know really. I don't even understand anything about that move. $3 million for Ross McCrory.
Are you telling me Ross McCrory couldn't have got the same move next year? Or in January when Aberdeen's pumped out of Europe?
Of course he could, man.
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Aberdeen chairman Dave Cormack says the Dons are closing in to signing 2 or 3 players, with a fourth being a real possibility by the end of the window. I think Aberdeen do need to make signings. I think at this moment in time they are behind Hearts in terms of squad depth, squad quality. And unless Aberdeen bring in a few signings, I don't think they're going to be able to battle for third place. I think Hearts are clearly ahead. I do believe Hearts are third best of the rest right now.
Start of the season, it's Aberdeen, but now the Jambos have took it. They took the mantle.
And finally, speaking of signings, Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers says he expects more arrivals in the wake of the side's defeat to Kilmarnock in the Fireplay Cup. There's been a lot of overreactions here, I think, after this game. A lot of toys coming out the pram. Yes, it was a bad result. Yes, it was a bad performance. But the entitlement from some Celtic fans here, just expecting treble after treble every single season. Look, you lost a cup tie. You're at the cup. Get fucking over it. You have won enough over the past decade. The fact that some people are calling for the manager to go or expecting apologies and wanting half the team gone just because you lost one cup game, it is a joke. Anyway guys, that is it. If Celtic splash the cash, we'll keep you updated here on Fog Football. But until next time, catch you in the next one. Peace.